Welcome back to another first impression. This time for the anime, the Frontier Lord begins with 0 subjects. Synopsis on any list. The war is over and Hero Diaz is finally rewarded with land of his own, only to discover it's a barren frontier with no people, no villages, and no sign of civilization. With nothing but endless grassland ahead of him, he sets out to build a domain from the ground up. But after meeting Alna, a mysterious girl with a blue horn, his lonely frontier is about to spring to life. So we have a fantasy show, no isekai, nothing of that, just a good old fantasy show where our hero Diaz, who is a middle-aged guy with the giant axe, not the one down here, up here. He has got his own land. Now, there was a big war in the kingdom, or with the kingdom, and he, on the side of the kingdom, was able to distinguish himself because he's very strong, and he now is a war hero. He gets a little bit of land, and he now has to beat that land up and start essentially a new village. Now, the show starts a little bit weird because our guy, a war hero, people look up to this guy. He's pretty famous and he's just getting transported to this grassland alone. There are no like villagers with him or like a pioneer group or other, maybe a craftsman, maybe a mason. He's alone. He's alone. He doesn't even get any money. He is supposed to start a village as one guy. Now, this is a very big area, a lot of grassland. However, no trees. So, I don't know what they expected for this guy to do because he's a warrior. He's a war hero. He's not a mayor. He's not a village head or chief. He's not even like a woodworker, if at all, or I don't know what the plan was. Seemingly, as we find out later, this is not how it was supposed to go, but there seems to be some bullshit going on behind the scenes, which doesn't really matter for our show, but explains why he's essentially alone here. Now, while he's exploring, he's finding a river and he's chilling, we meet this mysterious girl with a blue horn, Alna, which you see at the top left. Now, it turns out there are people living here, which are like a demi-human race that have some magical abilities. Now, this race is against the kingdom, which our guy is from. And he's supposed to start a village for the kingdom. Now, they also have an ability with the horn, which allows them to check if the person is a danger to them. If they are danger, if they are neutral, or maybe if they are good. If they are more open, they can differentiate that. And this is how it leads to our guy becoming friends with them, because he's a pretty stand-up guy. He's big, he's muscular, he's a war-torn hero, he has a lot of scars and stuff, but he's a good guy at heart. And this is how we essentially start, because with the help of this race we get some tents essentially, or yurts we can put up, and we at least have a start of a village. Now, that is the baseline. There's naturally more going on, but that is where we start. Now, the show is, sadly, in my opinion, not really too focused on the building of the village. I hoped for like essentially a village building anime where we go and build a village, we get new people, we see maybe some managing and working together, something along those lines. But from the first couple episodes, we have a little bit of that, but that does not seem to be the focus. The focus seems more about our main character, Diaz, and his relationship with, as example, Alna and people that later join the village as well. We get 2 little bars as a present from this village or this race that Alna's from. Bars are essentially sheep, but more smart, it seems like. And that seems to be a little bit of the village management we see whenever we get a little bit of an upgrade, we get a little overview, but it's not really the main focus. It seems like it's more about our guy and following his adventure of building up this village, meeting new people, fighting off people that want something bad of him, and along those lines. Animation is okay. I'd say it's okay. The main character, for a war hero, he's a little bit too nice, I feel like, against people that are, I would say, are bad. But okay, I guess it's a typical Japanese thing. It's not a very dark show from the first couple episodes, at least. I just wish there would have been more village building in the grand scheme. The other characters, I mean, you know the characters. Again, our main character, he is a war-forged hero, but he's a nice guy. Alna, as example, she's normal, essentially. The other characters are like mostly normal. No one really sticks out too much. We do have some. We meet more demi-humans. We meet other people from other nations, because essentially this whole barren land is unclaimed, it feels like. Or at least all the people around are not necessarily against our guy being here. I mean, it would be spoiler. Sure. Let's just go to ratings and then let's see what people thought. AniList has it at 69%. Nice. My anime list at 7.01 with 4,000 users, so seems to be fine enough. I would also say like it's a 7 out of 10. It's fine. You also see the 2 little sheep in there. There are some very cliche things that this anime does, and as examples that our war-forged hero, who is part of a war or was part of a war, is not necessarily willing to get rid of bad people that potentially could be bad, or at least punish them accordingly. I mean, it's a typical anime thing. What else? I mean, spoiler wise, again, this is spoiler. More stuff that it's very cliche at points, because Alna is a girl. She likes Diaz because Diaz was able to single-handedly kill a dragon, which in their race is like the sign of a good husband. That is why she likes him and she is marrying him. Now she is 15 because anime. Now he's not that excited about marrying a 15-year-old. It's not like he's going, oh yeah. He's like, I don't know. We should probably not. But she's like, yeah, we are doing this. Yeah, she's very headstrong in that regard. We also adopt 2 elf girls that are being sold. We meet like a frog demi-human that is a trader, which is a little bit strange, but okay. Never thought really of frogs as a trader. I mean, maybe in Japan. We also, again, meet a bunch of other people. This guy down here, as example, he was part in the war. He was fighting with our guy, and he more or less found out that he is here trying to start a village, but doesn't really have any help. So he decides, hey, I'm going to help you. You're a good guy. We fought alongside each other. I don't want to do this anymore with the kingdoms. They suck. I'm joining you. Again, it's fine.